No, no, no. That last song was perfect. I like that song quite a bit, actually. Hello, everyone. Hello. How are we doing today? Um, I really didn't do much on my Easter, so I really didn't do much. I've been sitting here. I ate some yams. I'm a little wired because look, neurodivergent streamer, okay? I I'm on new medication. We're testing stuff out, doing that. Um, but I was feeling pretty lethargic, so I was like, let me take an energy drink. Let me have an energy drink, and I don't know what to tell you other than it feels like, um, either I'm gonna need to like battle a Mongol warrior, or I've made eye contact with a tiger that's not in its cage. So I'm really wired right now. I'm actually super wired. I'm also still sick. Okay. If only someone warned you ahead of time. Yes, you did. But honestly, I'd rather be overly energetic to the point where I'm actually talking too fast than like a guy who's accidentally throwing his plates into the trash for no reason. You better not touch the fucking magnesium again. No, you're tweaking. No, it's really not that bad. It's really not that bad. And also, I would never, ever, 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 ever I would never recommend anybody take stimulants recreationally. Absolutely not. I took my medication in the morning. I'm not taking it again. Okay, you got into the sugar again. uh, oh shit. But yeah, so there's that, dude. We're back to our regularly scheduled programming. What that means though, I there may be an like I know there are more calls coming out. I haven't listened to another call that's supposed to be dropping soon. I will probably be listening to that one on stream when it comes out, but we'll see.
At Mercury
You know.
underscore loves the moon became a member. At Mercury underscore loves the moon celebrates 23 months of membership. That Red Bull really gave Diesel wings, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I had it was an energy powder. They don't sponsor me, and we have a conflict of interest given my position as a co-owner of a beverage company. But I did in my sickness, I did make some mana potion coffee tea, some jasmine green tea. Okay. I had some jasmine green tea with honey today. Not, I mean, technically, I guess an ad, but also respectfully, this was great with honey, and was super good for my congestion. But yeah, like I said in chat, if I don't start to feel better by Wednesday, I'll go to the doctor. Um, Next, a little bit of housekeeping. Okay. Now, this piece of housekeeping is very important. Actually, two pieces of housekeeping. Okay. Two pieces of housekeeping. New member, Kim, very pog. Oh, new station manager. Okay. Sorry, I forgot. I gotta put respect on that name. But wow, I am fucking
At
wired.
Kinbakimothy became a member. At Kinbakimothy celebrates 32 months of membership. Little guy reporting for duty. Saluting face emoji.
But yeah, so I first piece of housekeeping is as follows, right? The gang is going to be doing DnD in our server. They're going to do a live play. KJ is going to be the DM. KJ is going to be the DM. So if you would like to stop by, I'm sure he would appreciate the support over in the server. We're going to be starting Wednesdays, 5:30 p.m. EST. I can't be a player in it because I'm working a shift, but the rest of the gang is going to be there. So I think, hey, a little stimmy on the mic. I can't be there, but I will probably be taking a listen. Okay, so you could come in, sign up for the event so you get notifications when it happens, and just see what's up, right? Now, aside from that, stream schedule. I need to get back on it. I've been sick. Work has been crazy. Work's still going to be crazy for a little bit. It is as follows. Okay. I'll be streaming Sundays and Mondays around this time, maybe a little earlier if I can get up in the morning, um, and get my stuff done. So Sunday, Monday, stream, probably in the evening. Tuesday, Wednesday, probably gonna be my days off. Because I work really long shifts those days. Thursday, morning stream. Morning stream on Thursdays. Okay? And you guys can all roast the shit out of me if I don't wake up in the morning to go do that. Friday, evening stream again around this time. And then Saturday, evening stream again. Okay? Except this upcoming weekend of the 11th, I'll be working a Ren Fair. So I will be doing that. We'll see how I fit into morning streams. Tuesdays and Wednesdays might get a morning stream. Really depends what time I go to bed and if I go out. Sometimes I do like to like spend time with human beings in real life, so I do sometimes, go out on weekends. So if I do happen to not be here on a Sunday, that could very well happen. Same thing for Saturdays. I could very well be going out just because I want to touch grass, maybe play a game of Warhammer, stuff like that. Play DnD where I'm not like a fucking crazy person. So Saturday is like the ultimate flex day where it's like a maybe. But that's where shit's gonna be. I'm gonna try and be as active as physically possible. I know I've been lacking seriously, but then it's like a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, not just the stuff that I've been dealing with, but like life stuff, So it makes things difficult. So I'm a grass toucher. What the hell? You meet interesting people when you touch grass, guys. Okay. Look at you trying to schedule again. Well, I'm staring at my calendar right now as I explain this all to you. Anyway, aside from that, we are going to be doing the Arcadum calls. For those of you that missed this stream, I'm going to give you the TLDW for what you missed. Arcadum was this dungeon master who rose to extreme, not extreme. He got pretty prolific during the pandemic. He was decently popular, all things considered. And he was a little bit of a terminally online incel type of guy. He had a bunch of these struggles with his fiance, and it turned out that he was just, doing a little bit of cheeky infidelity. Yeah, bro, he had a game with Iron Mouse. Yeah, that little streamer known as Iron Mouse. Well, I would say he's prolific, right? But not in like the same sense as a Brennan Lee Mulligan or a Matt Mercer or any of those guys. He's like he comes from a different space than those people, right? But he had a lot of VTubers, a lot of creators. He did some D&D with Moist Critical at one point. So he's a pretty big fucking deal, right? May I please have your luck and well wishes for me pulling a Ballroom Seiyun Sky Trader. I don't know what that is, but I wish you luck. I remember that game, if I recall correctly. Iron Mouse's party cut a NPC's nipples off. Okay. Yeah, fellow Puerto Rican. But yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about his games that he ran on stream. The ultimate downfall of all of this is that the guy was not happy with his lot in life. It almost seemed like he kind of wanted to upgrade his partner. And in order to do that, he was going to every female that he was friends with and basically propositioning them. And doing tons of weird shit like that. Now, aside from him committing an act of infidelity with internet personalities, multiple internet personalities at the same time, he also had extreme delusions of grandeur, right? And there's a small clip I'll show you guys now. I played it last time I did this, but it'll give you like a really good understanding of how fucking bananas this guy is, with how much he loves himself, but also hates himself. The narcissistic thing of loathing yourself, but also thinking you're amazing. But that is what he was. And it was a combination of that, his pathetic man posting, and being like a cheater while also like trying to hook up with multiple people at the same time, that sealed his fate. Many women. I feel like whenever I talk, there's like a little bit of Trump in my soul. You know what I mean? Maybe it's because we're both from New York, but many women, they came out and said lots of bad things about him. I saw lots of bad messages. Not a good guy. But it was a lot of stuff like that. A lot of like, he's pathetic and he wants pussy type messages. You guys know the type. If you're a lady in the chat, I 100% guarantee you've had a guy who his entire scheme to hit on you was for him to act like a pathetic little loser, so that way you sympathetically go sleep with him. That's the kind of guy, all right? He's taking you over like a symbiote. And then got him 420 in the chat is mentioning a very important post-credit scene to this drama. So it's not that basically after he got canceled, he would come back to DMing, but the only people who would be in his games were the types of people that were alt-right grifters. So that's what he came back to. He just became that DM, okay? Diesel, I am sad to tell you I have to take you to Blackgate for grooming an entire community of gooners. Drama Batman's taking me away. But yeah, so that is what happened with him. All right? That's the TLDW for who Arcadum is. But if you're like, I don't understand, I'm going to give you the best understanding physically possible. Okay? This 1 minute, 50-second clip is going to put everything into perspective for you.
Tough, I would have died long ago. I'm tough. If I wasn't tough, I would have died long ago. Once, many years ago, I allowed myself to become arrogant, and I became the most evil version of myself that I have ever witnessed. It disgusted me. Because imagine, you know me enough now that you know what my abilities are. Imagine if they...
I'm sorry. Unless you actually have a jujutsu sorcery or something, or you got Sharingan or some type of shit, okay? Or you got a quirk like all for one, do not be talking like this, okay? Do not ever be talking like this. You can loathe a former version of yourself an appropriate amount. You can be frustrated with the old version of yourself, but framing it in this weird theatrical sense is so bananas. No, the music was added. Somebody made this more dramatic.
Had no temperance, and I was selfish. Imagine the destruction that I could wreak. I was not a good person. I wasn't. And it was only because of my self-realization that thankfully my love for D&D outpaced my selfishness, and I was able to retemper myself. But the thing is that I know that my influence is palpable and is naturally more destructive. Recently, I've been exposed to other people who also have that power at different...
I heard there was a new D&D affiliated gooner on the block, no pun intended. In the immortal words of Star Wars creator George Lucas, it's like poetry, you know? It rhymes.
...degrees and specializations. But from what I've noticed, with the exception of probably 2, mine is stronger than theirs. And I keep it in check.
Mine is stronger than theirs. So this is Arcadum speaking, okay? This is the subject of tonight.
I could really hurt someone.
You could really hurt someone? Brother, what do you get? Dude, you're gonna use your fucking Professor X mind powers through Discord to blow up the Discord kittens who don't respond positively.
That's the tragedy that I live.
That's the tragedy he lives.
prevents me from being. I don't.
My
have the-
training. My training. Guys, when I go to improv, I describe my participation in improv class as my training.
luxury of being emotional. It's just another adjustment that I have to do in my constant state of service that I live in.
Your state of service. You know, we thank the military for their service, but have we ever thanked our Discord dungeon master for his service? That's the question. You know?
That's why I don't talk about it. That's
Dude, domain expansion, man. 10 Goonpocalypse. Dude, if you get caught in that domain expansion, you have 100% chance of getting hit with his goon. That's the problem, okay? That's how dangerous Arcadum truly is. So there was that one, and then there's also one more that I want to show you. Arcadum 17.8%. Here we go. Here we go. This one is also pretty fucking funny.
I mean, do you think that if you didn't do DnD that people wouldn't be friends with you? Like, that's not the case.
No. I know that's in fact, I can give you a percentage. It is actually, I believe it is 17.8% of the people that I run DnD.
I don't even know how you track that as a. This is one of those things that I probably said last stream, but how do you fucking track that? How do you know that out of all of the people you've DM'd for, only 17.8% of them have become your friends? I mean, that's a pretty good rate, right? Like if you run a lot of tables, you know, maybe you get like a friend a table. Not everybody's gonna be your friend, brother. You know, sometimes they just want to be your like you be the DM, they be the player. Like, what the fuck?
Will continue to be my friends once the game is done. I have that number for you. I have made that calculation.
What
I have made.
What is the? Not to belabor his possibility of empirical evidence here. Okay, perhaps he has ran the numbers and looked at it mathematically from all angles. But like, how big of a sample size do you have in order to get the 17.8%? Because I believe that I would need to pass the threshold of at least 100 people minimum to start making any kind of percentile calls like this, right? Like
that calculation 4 separate occasions. The evidence is empirical. So, sorry. I believe it is 48% of you won't talk to me ever again.
48% of you, hold on. Okay, so 17.8% answer you back. Okay. Hold on. Diesel can't do arithmetic. Plus 48. Okay, so we're at 65.8%.
Wait, what about the other percent?
Passing messages, not a real friendship.
What? Okay, so minus 65.8. So so he becomes true friends with 17.8% of them. A very small amount of them never interact with him again, and the other 34% of them become like acquaintances or like fair weather friends. This is a pretty good ratio, because if we add in the good friends, he's over 50% of the people he interacts with continue to interact with him post-game, and at minimum stay acquaintances, which means you can turn those acquaintances into friends. Over half of the people he's interacted with are willing to interact with him again. Those are pretty good odds. That's like 1 in 2 people.
Now, those numbers are probably going to be more bloated onto the passivity due to my position as a streamer. I haven't done
the passivity. What does that even mean? Can we? What's the rounding error of the passivity of the interactions?
Calculations based off of that yet, but I can tell you unequivocally that the use of DnD in order to make friends has a 17.8% retention rate. That's the tragedy that I live. So, I don't expect you to understand that.
But what about that other percentage that you never included in this calculation? What's like the breakdown on that? Are those like people who just like outright hate your guts? Like what? We haven't hit 100%. Look, I know that he's like manic posting right now, but for the love of God, can we figure out what the last percentage of people really want with Arcadum?
I don't bring it up because it just makes people feel awful. But that's the reality of it.
I mean, is that like for all DMs or for you specifically?
But if that's for all DMs, that's like half of all DMs become friends with half their players. Or like out of every DM, half of them become friends. No, I'm butchering this. I went to art school, okay? Fuck off.
That's for me. I can't speak for all DMs.
Right.
That's for me specifically. But considering that that's the only measurement that matters is because it's me. I'm not someone else. So, yeah, that's me specifically.
Okay, but like, have you thought about why they wouldn't? Like,
Of course I
aside
have.
from the obvious clout chasers, because
Oh no. This is before clout.
okay.
This is before any of that.
clout.
These measurements.
So if it's before clout and you're still having a 50% hit rate on positive interactions with human beings, that's pretty good. I would assume half of all human beings don't want to mess with me, but the other half probably do, you know? And it self-selects. So like that's a pretty good odds.
Measurements are based off my entire career. So 17.8%.
Okay. Well, have you
But
thought-
anyway.
So what counts for the 0.8% of people? What's that? Where'd the 0.8 into 17 come from, right? Is that like somebody on the survey putting the circle in the middle? Do you think he has exit surveys from friendships?
thought about why though?
Of course I have, Naomi. Please. Yes, I have. I have augmented behaviors. I have done
These augmented behaviors, guys.
experiments to determine
You've
why.
done experiments. The guy who tries to push the boundary forward by saying a little bit more slurs each time you play a game with him.
I've tried to pick different ethnicities. I've tried to
What do you... Can we see the breakdown of people who want to associate with Arcadum based on ethnicity? Like, what's the ratio of Caucasian to Latino that wants to associate with Arcadum? Are Latinos more likely to associate with Arcadum, or like what's the ethnical like, you know, I can't speak. What's the ethnic disparity here? Okay.
do different gender counts. I've done everything that was within my power to experiment, and that number has remained depressingly the same. So that's the way it is. It could just be because it's me.
So those are the spark notes of these calls, okay? These are the spark notes of those calls. But luckily, these calls were saved, okay? So we'll go through these calls. Some of these are with that Naomi chick. Some of these are with other people, okay? So we'll go through them and we'll figure out what's up, you know? We'll just dig in deep on all these calls, because these calls are pretty elucidating. Most of these Google Docs that were dropped actually were originally on TwitLonger, and I would like to say that TwitLonger is a depreciated feature from Twitter.com that was not maintained by Elon Musk, meaning that tons of pieces of writing are just lost to the sands of time because Elon Musk wants you to pay for Twitter Premium. Fucking stupid. Anyway, moving on from that. So this isn't Naomi. This is a different person, okay? This is Says Hilt Siri, right?
And you're not okay with me talking to Tiffany.
You can try if you want, but she didn't want to talk to you. She's already told me that. She doesn't want to talk to any of you. So,
Any? So you mean there's more?
yeah. I've told you that.
No, you haven't. I brought it up a couple times and you just said no.
Well, not when we were doing stuff, no.
So this is one of the people that was in his Harem Collective, okay. Oh my god. Hold on. Trying to get us some Minecraft parkour. There we go. Boom. Oh, it's below this. All right, here we go. Boom. There we go. Is anyone going to address the elephant? He does have a kind of the same cadence. I could hear that. I could definitely hear that. Is Tiffany his ex-fiance? Yes, Tiffany is his ex-fiance. Okay, I couldn't remember offhand, but it came to me in a moment of lucidity. Okay. Make this a little bigger. There we go. I tried to calculate how many people he actually would have had to talk to and befriend to get down to 17.8%, but I'm genuinely retarded. Can someone take over? Dude, we're so cooked. This entire chat can't do math. I can't speak.
Is it anyone I know?
No.
Wrong. It was. He went around to all of his friends. The mutuals all found out they were smacking on the same guy.
I don't think so.
Damn, dead air Andy over here. Holy shit.
This was all before you anyway.
So I was just another person.
It's not like that.
So then, what is it then?
What do you mean? When we were talking, I thought we were having fun. I didn't realize that you had feelings for me because
I didn't have feelings for you.
When we were having e-sex, I thought it was just to have e-sex. I didn't know that you were showing me your pussy pics for the sake of the game. You mean there was something behind that? Well, you know, most people aren't having shitloads of casual encounters and sex, you know?
You literally, you said the messages are there. Like, you told me you were a friend and that you just needed help.
Yeah.
And I tried helping you. And now look where it's got me.
And now what?
Look where it's got me. In extreme emotional distress.
I'm sorry.
That was another thing that Arcadum did, right? On the last stream, looking through the messages, a lot of what he was doing is like using these women as emotional sandbags, basically. Instead of going to therapy, this guy was using the women in his life as a personal crutch.
It's not like I wanted that to happen to you. I didn't engineer that to happen to you.
Yeah, but you were my boss and you crossed those boundaries.
I'm sorry. Oh, man. Oh, man, my life is falling apart.
Oh boy. They make these guys in a factory. I think what's really always just really amazing about calls like this is those moments of lucidity where they're like, oh fuck, my life is over. The jig is up. Everything's come crumbling down. It's like, well, yeah.
I mean, you got yourself in a pickle, man. I don't know what else to tell you. That's
all I can do is do my best to make things right.
I remember I warned you. I even warned you. I was like, just make sure you don't do this a lot because this is how most streamers fall.
Yeah. Well, you were never an object to me. Ever.
Oh, brother. What? She wasn't saying that. She wasn't saying that. You saying that randomly, unprompted, does not. If I was the woman in this situation, that would not fill me with with confidence. I'd be like, ah, great. This motherfucking lying to me. I know what he thought of me.
And I will stand by that because it's me saying it. I know my heart. You were a friend, and I'm sorry that we fell out of touch due to various circumstances. But I hung out with you with Chandler. I wanted to make sure that happened. We had a great time, and there was no problems at all, and I was very happy for it. And I'm sorry this is happening now. This is not what I wanted. This was not my intention. I want to make sure that you have the opportunity to do the things in Kalispell that you want to do. And I will talk to her about that. But we can't talk directly anymore. Okay. That's the cost. And I'm very, very sorry. I really am.
Okay.
That's causing you emotional distress because it's costing me a lot too, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Are you doing okay? Like you said that you were really...
Oh my god. Really, the only thing that in any situation like this, the only thing you could be like is, I fucked up. I'm sorry. I know you don't accept it. I'll leave. All right. This is don't be like, are we okay? Are you okay? You know, I know things are really rough right now, but how are you doing? They don't want to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that in this moment. I think honestly keeping it short, sweet, to the point, and then walking away is the best way to handle it. All right? There's no way that you could get so in the weeds in a conversation like this and then not sound like a piece of shit.
Preston, I'm very sorry this is on you. Do you need help in any way?
How can you help me?
Oh my god.
Because my depression started because of like that spiral. Or you remember my plans for the summer? Like I was having like pretty good plans, and then that started. You triggered my rape PTSD.
I'm sorry.
Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, God, it's over. Oh, that's a bad one.
And it literally sent me down the spiral, and like, look where I'm at now. It's not easy. I was already barely climbing up my confidence ladder. And after that, you just kind of like knocked me back all the way to square one. And it just feels like, okay, here I go again. Like, it just feels like I have to deal with it, and you just get to say, okay, I'm sorry, and then move on with life.
So, do you want me to suffer for it? Is that what you're implying?
Okay, here's another thing. If you're the aggressor in a situation like this, you can't, like, he's turning, she's like, what you did had me relive trauma, and that wasn't okay. She's saying you broke a boundary. Just say, okay. I know. I'm sorry. Do not be put on blast like that and then go, so do you want me to also feel bad? Do you want me to also feel just as bad as you do about your rape? Like you should have the emotional intelligence to be like, I'm sorry that happened to you and that I broke that trust, and then not say anything else. Okay? You're not the victim, and don't try and put yourself in the shoes of being the victim of this situation. This is the old Arcadum calls. Yeah, I never went over it, but it was suggested for me to go over it. I had done a stream on him a while ago, and it was suggested I come back to it, obviously, but and I said I would finish it. And now I'm repeating myself, so I'm going to keep going.
No?
Because you know what I get to move on to? I get to move on to being homeless and begging my wife to accept my forgiveness.
I get to move on to being homeless. I like how when a creator's career is having, like, you know, it's a little bit like on the rocks, shit's not going so well, the response is, yeah, guys, I'm going to go homeless. No. The response isn't, it's time to go homeless. The response is, Oh shit, I gotta go look for work. I gotta go find a job. Creators cannot, for some reason, comprehend the concept of working retail, okay? Or working in an Amazon warehouse, or doing work that sucks so that way they can pay the bills until they can find a position or place that has them fulfilled. They cannot comprehend that. It is either I am a content creator or I am homeless.
Or accept her forgiveness and a bunch of other shit that is really stressing me out while also juggling all the different. My life is
Cuck vocal physiognomy. Jesus Christ.
going to be some cakewalk that I'm going to walk away from this unscathed. Cry. I'm not.
Yeah, but you're the one who decided to do those acts.
Yes, but so did you. I didn't make you do anything.
Oh, my life is over. Yeah, but you wanted the sex with me. Yeah, but you wanted to sex with me too. Look, if the other person is in a position where they can sex with you without repercussion, but you're not in a position to do that, the onus is not on the person who is consensually having that interaction with you. The onus is on you because you knew the expectations that were there beforehand and then chose to do so anyway, despite being conscious enough to know that there would be consequences otherwise.
You're the one who said you needed a friend.
You said okay. Are you saying it's my fault? Yes, I did ask you, but you said yes. I didn't make you do anything. I didn't take advantage of you. Is that what you feel like happened?
I was
True.
literally at the bottom of my life. You said you needed a friend. I tried to be your friend. And then you kept hitting on me. And then when I tried to tell you to just find escorts or find someone else.
I think if I had a homie being like, bro, you're so thirsty, you should just find an escort. What position are you in life that the people in your life are coming to you and being like, go sleep with a prostitute, please. You're so bad that you need somebody, anybody, literally anybody, to fuck you.
That wasn't good enough for you.
I don't know,
And
it's
then I
just
told
some
myself,
guy
you
in the background.
What if it's not me? It's probably some other girl. And at least I can keep my mouth shut.
I never treated you like that. In my mind, I never looked at it like that. And if that's how it happened, to you, I am sorry, but that is not how I approached it at all. That is not how.
So are you denying the fact that, I repeatedly told you that, oh, hey, there's escorts, you can use them, and then you repeatedly still made advances, even though I tried to
I think I would rather... I can't imagine getting an escort because the concept of being so lonely and so unsexually fulfilled that you go get an escort seems to be like that is rock bottom, right? Like that's like when you go to the hotel to go hang with the the escort. The Joker violin music is playing. Okay, that's like a Taxi Driver level pathetic. That is the dark place, right? That is the dark place. Okay, I don't know. The concept of being that in the toilet is just I can't comprehend it.
down several times.
You didn't tell me no. You said, hey, you could try escorts and stuff like that. I'm like, okay. And then you cry. If there was never
I almost got an escort who would have cosplayed as Dabby from My Hero Academia. Nobody made you say that. You said that.
pick up those hints, I'm sorry. But I did not force myself on you. I did not take advantage of you, and I will fight for that because I didn't do that. I'm not that kind of person. If I crossed any lines by hitting on you when it was inappropriate, I'm sorry, and I have done dividends to make up for that, and I have tried to help you and make...
A Dark Place official, I heard my name.
And all of that wasn't out of guilt or anything. That was because I really honestly wanted to help you. But right now, those things have come to light to Tiffany, and I need to do this to fix my relationship with her.
Okay.
And I am very sorry.
I wish you the best of luck then.
Thank you, Cry. Okay, so couple of logistic things here. I'm going to message Simon to let him know that you need to go through him. I won't tell him why. I'll just tell him. He's a pretty cool guy.
She was on Twitter. I don't remember the ad. It is quite literally never been easier to probably get an escort. I'll be honest. You know, that's the crazy part too. That's why an incel doesn't make any sense. If you're so hung up about your virginity never being, well, that's the problem is that they also want like a virginal barefoot maid who will stay at home and also be their mother while being a baby at the same time, you know. But like, it really has never been easier to lose your virginity, dare I say it. I know the young people aren't having sex because society, but like also you could have worthless, meaningless sex so quickly and so easily now. It's crazy. In Brazil, you can hire an escort in the newspaper. That's wacky. That's wacky. Dude, I'm calling up Clam Smasher Sally in the yellow pages, brother.
And
they might not be able to afford one either. That's why they want the state mandated GOTGF, you know.
Do you still want to be on the marketing team? Like, what's your plan? I know you're in a depressive state right now.
I've been filming.
You have? Okay. Okay, then I'll let him know that as well.
I'm convinced the people who say Gen Z are all celibate are just sad they can't sleep with 20-year-olds anymore. I mean, maybe. I don't know, man. I don't know. There's definitely a lot of people that are getting a hug. They're not even getting physical contact, you know?
I guess the last thing I'll say is, you are not an object. And for whatever my words...
Also Brazilian here. Pimping is a crime, but not prostitution. So you can advertise everywhere. Hey, Brazilians in the chat, did you see that tweet? I'm sorry, I'm doing did you see the tweet thing? So there was this tweet on twitter.com, aka X the Everything app, and they were talking about how Brazilian women will get their body hair bleached so it looks like blonde hair on their bodies rather than shaving it off. Is that real or is that not real? Because somebody also said it was like a low class thing to do or something. What's the over under on that? Yeah, we do that. I do that too. Okay, so this is you guys actually do that. I think that's cool, personally. I think that's a good idea. You know, I think that's a good idea. I'm in New York, so there's a lot of Italians here, and I've met many an Italian woman who's really hung up about her body hair, when in the same breath, I'm just like, I don't care.
It'd be worth for you to hear. You are a valuable individual. You are.
It's called moon bath, so they'll look invisible. Ah.
And you can do whatever it is that you put your mind to, and that I believe in you. Okay?
Okay.
Do you believe me when I tell you that?
No.
Because it is the truth. I believe that.
I just want to heal, man.
I hope that you can. Thanks for talking to me. I'm sorry about the ambush after you woke up. I didn't really have a lot of options, though. But I am sorry. I'll let you go, and I'll tell Simon. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Cry.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That's rough. That's rough. Not a good one. Not a good one. Yeesh. All right. So, we also listened to a little bit of a Naomi call, but we're going to go back and listen to the whole thing again.
That makes people happy.
But it is actually kind of crazy how much this guy, like, blew up his life. You know, his marriage or his fiance, all of that seemed like it was on the rocks, like Giga style. They were just kind of sitting on it for a long time, and it was just, from everything I've heard and read about this, it was very clear that like that relationship was on the rocks for a while. but like neither one of them was putting into work to have the hard conversation. And so instead, Arcadum just went and did the shitty thing rather than being, you know, adult about it. But I also, in the same respects, I feel like there was a lot of that was happening during the pandemic. I think a lot of people stayed in relationships they shouldn't have. I think a lot of people got married that shouldn't have. I think a lot of people had kids that shouldn't have, all because they were trapped in the pandemic. Because this is happening around 2021 where all of that stuff was going on. So here's the Naomi call from August 20th, 2021.
Talk to.
Oh, and like you didn't want to overlap stuff. I mean, we can always talk another time if you want.
No,
I saw the notification on my phone.
I might as well take it.
It's very quiet. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get a... They didn't have shit else to do. You can start a new hobby. All right, here we go. We'll try this. Let me add this to my... Boom.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, so you may have noticed I left Calistro.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany's mom and my mom are sick. I'm gonna be traveling out to my mom.
Oh my god, this guy's like, I have family that's sick. I have 1 HP. I'm a stupid loser. Everybody hates me.
Spend time with.
Serious question: if one finds the concept of hiring an escort pathetic, isn't that just shitting on sex work in general at that point? No, the girlies are just getting their bag. The person who's getting that instead of trying to like pull someone is the pathetic one. One person is just doing their job. The other person is sad. Okay? There's a lot of jobs where the person doing the job is just doing the job, and the guy on the other end is the sad guy. You know? What am I gonna do? Like, decry the liquor store owner for selling the nips to the homeless guy? The homeless guy is the thing that is like, well, that sucks.
With her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be.
I want an escort to dress up as Jimin from BTS, but we just hold hands and get sweet green, and I make him take my Instagram pics. That's crazy. That's crazy. What's the... I've seen like the meme where it's like, I hired an escort, and then I made her do my math work.
Handling a bunch of other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably going to hear it through the grapevine.
Diesel shitting on the homeless. No. I did not shit on the homeless. I said that's sad. Okay? Or if you think somebody being unhoused is sad, that is not shitting on them. That is an appropriate response to something bad.
Fine. I just wanted to make sure that you knew that I unfortunately had to treat some of my very
like
good...
if you get an escort because you're like, oh my god, I love sex, that's less sad, right? Like, it's the mindset. The mindset of, I suck, nobody loves me, I'm a miserable shit, life is over, I'll never get laid, is what makes getting an escort sad. But if you love sex and you're like, ah man, I love sex, I just need sex now, and you call up the girly who's gonna bounce on a crazy style for fucking 200, that's a different story, right? Because you're not buying the service from a place of misery. You're just like, I need this fulfilled right now. Okay? It's like Uber Eats, where you're just like, I'm hungry, you know? Versus being like, let me just like blow my whole paycheck on Uber Eats.
Friends very badly.
Mm-hmm.
Things between Tiffany and I are not going well. And part of the consolidation is I had to cut contact with people.
He's a creep. He's a weirdo.
I saw that a few
Oh, shit.
people were kicked out of the CR Discord and a few others without any due process, so I am aware.
Kicked out of the Discord without due process. Many such cases. Many such cases.
Yeah. That's why I left the Calus Road Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Let other people take control of it so that those people can still participate.
They are not
Which I-
coming back.
Oh. All right then.
He sounds like an anime, like he sounds like anime. Do you know what I mean? He sounds like a early to mid 2000s dub of like a male anime character. You know what I mean? Is that like a weird thing to say? He kind of has that intonation in his voice.
Well, I still did that for them.
Expendable income and horniness is enlightened gooning. Sad incel expendable income is derogatory gooning. Yes.
Okay.
Hiring prostitutes instead of a contractor to fix my roof because it's technically cheaper.
And yeah, I had to do some things for love and to rekindle something I lost.
Mhm.
And now I feel like the whole world is going to be against me, and my whole world's going to be ripped apart. You always been a straight shooter with me. Do you hate me? Does everyone hate?
Oh my god, what a fucking clown. Clown. Do you hate me? Does everybody hate me? That's not a serious question, right? Can we just say that's not a serious question? Because what you're saying there is like that's just like you're like fishing for sympathy, okay? Is it desperate to hire an escort because I need someone who can't leave or disagree when I rant over the whole movie? I think that's a really expensive movie that you're buying right there. By the way, do you think that guy exists in the rent-a-girl headspace where he just likes treating bitches and so he hires a rent-a-girlfriend? Didn't the mangaka for Rent-a-Girlfriend like basically write himself into the book and then give himself like a cuck fantasy or something?
Hate me?
I don't hate you, and I don't think everybody hates you. But I think you handled this terribly.
Yeah, I agree.
I think you've basically ruined some people's careers, and you've hurt a lot of people that did nothing but look out for you and try to stick by your side as best as possible.
He wrote himself in to cuck the MC. Ah, okay.
And still to this day, despite those things, do not wish to see you suffer.
The main girl is inspired by his wife. That's wacky. Holy shit. To be honest, I know what Rent-a-Girlfriend is. I've never read it or seen the anime.
And do not wish to see you canceled or shut down.
Well, unfortunately, that is what happened. I mean, that is also what you did too. But I guess feelings change after this, of course. So that's that being said.
You've seriously hurt people that, despite everything that they've gone through because of you, still don't want to see you fail.
I know. And I do not deserve that. I felt like my excuses don't matter, but I felt like I had no choice. I had to do it to get back when I realized I didn't want to lose, and I hurt a lot of people, which is why I've done the only thing I can do. I've given them.
Can you imagine you tell your wife she's inspired by Rent-a-Girlfriend character? I mean, she's probably mad happy about that, right?
Callus Row, I've removed myself from it, sworn off VR chat.
Sworn off VR chat. God damn, that's crazy. That's a wild one. Oh man, I could sit in my room and spend time with my fiance, or I could hop on VR chat, stare at a mirror, and have e-sex. Are we sure he has a wife? Well, not after this.
Sent her a severance package, and I've talked to.
To be clear, it was fiance.
Brett and Brett to give her some music work to help her career continue. I am not going to come out and say anything to them. I will only say bright and wonderful things about them. I didn't want to do any of this, as little as that might matter, but I didn't want to. And I hope that in time
I mean, the Rent-A-Girl guy, yeah, he does.
that they'll forgive me, even though I don't deserve it.
Well, you know better than most people that all actions have consequences. As a person who creates stories for
oh, girl had that in the chamber. She had that in the chamber. She was waiting for that one.
hundreds of people, you know that all actions have consequences. So, obviously you didn't want these things to happen, but these are the consequences of your actions.
Yeah, I know. I know. I feel like my world's ending, but I deserve it. All I can think about is what I'm gonna lose, and I'm worried about my mom, and it's all coming at me at the same time, but I know I don't deserve anyone's sympathy.
I think there's something
Dude was beating Critical Role numbers and fumbled. Wow, what a watershed moment, actually. I was talking with a guy who runs a D&D pod in my local area, and we were talking about like the business of D&D live plays and all that stuff, and we were trying to like quantify like, you know, where it's at, you know, size wise, like, you know, industry wise. And the idea that not that long ago this guy who nobody remembers was beating Critical Role numbers is crazy. Like, holy shit.
really important that you need to think about.
The year of the Gooners 2026. Listen, you want to say that this is the year of the Gooners, but you've met me at a very Chinese time in my life, and it is the year of the horse. So there's that.
And, you know, I know you've told me that you don't want to hear me preaching at you before, so I'm not going to do that, but there's been so much that's happened that's been absolutely incredible around your career over these past couple of years.
Yeah.
And I think it's very important if you can take this time.
Shut the fuck up, Diesel. What? I can't be at a very Chinese time in my life. Do not let Bosch know what year it is. God help us. God help us if he finds out what year it is, dude.
Step back and evaluate what really, really matters to you. Because you're spreading yourself very thin, and it's leaving you unable to handle the things that are important. So you have to figure out what's important. And I also remember one time you saying that things weren't going well with Tiffany, but you needed to stay with her for appearance's sake. I don't know if
that's a crazy thing to say, by the way. My relationship is falling apart, but I need to stay with her for appearance's sake. No, if it's falling apart, you could just like make, and your relationship is public, you can make like a statement that's normal and be like, look, we care about each other, but we understand now that we're not the right people for each other. And so we've both agreed to end the relationship and go our separate ways. And then that's it. That's all you need to do. You know, the concept of saying like you need to say that you're with someone for your appearances is crazy. This isn't Hollywood. You could just do that. You could just say things.
All that you
Well,
want.
I'll be damned, it really is the year of the horse. A brother understands the dim sum in his life. You know what I mean?
With her with?
No, it was me not being honest with myself, and I am scheduled to go into therapy now because I realize I need it. I guess when the chips were down, I wanted to be with her more than anything else, and still very well might lose that, and all of this would have been for nothing, and that would be a cruel irony, but it's what I deserve, I guess. All I can do now is, I guess, promise to be better, go into therapy, figure out what I did wrong, why I did it, how I can avoid ever to do it again.
If you are at a very Chinese point in your life, you better be playing Love and Deep Space.
I definitely cannot play Love and Deep Space. Is there a PC version of Love and Deep Space? I would love to do like a members stream of me playing The game that tracks your menstrual cycle. I'm sorry, but celebrating the year of the Uma with the boys. I'll be celebrating the year of the Uma.
Just try to create more joy than the pain I've caused. I don't
There's
really know what else
emulators, I think. That's cringe. I like it when my gacha games have like an actual PC version because otherwise it's just ridiculous to use.
I can do.
Yeah. I think stepping back from Callus Row is the right thing.
Yeah. It was a problem for me.
On that side of things, there's a lot of talk, especially from Cypher, about like, this is only temporary, only a couple of months kinds of things. But
Oh, I'm probably not coming back, but you know,
your
I've
name,
got to.
yeah, your name will always be tied to the project, but based on absolutely everything that's gone on, this situation and also the previous ones, I think that, and based on the reactions, like the reactions from the Callus Row team have, because there was an announcement made to players, the reactions were all just like, well, I hope he does fine, but nobody has any concerns because this project has been in very capable hands of the entire staff team. And
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I know you've said before that you wanted to fix things and you were working on improving things with Tiff, but I just really hope that this time you actually make it happen because
You know, I will say this. There's one thing I've learned in all my years. You know, they always say what zero pussy does to a motherfucker. But experiencing what I've experienced, I must tell you, I've seen what pussy does to a motherfucker. And it is much worse.
have the privilege that many people don't of having yet another chance.
Yeah. And I know I don't deserve it, but I am grateful for it.
She is being very real with him right now. Like was mentioned in the chat, she is trying to tell him you need to save your generational bag. And he instead has chosen to just wallow in his own self-defeat and pity. I mean, really the issue with all of this is that Mr. VR Chat over here has decided to goon with literally anybody who would listen, you know?
And I will try my damnedest not to waste it.
And if you know
So
now,
do we touch pussy or nah? I mean, I think you can, but you know, in all things, you know, temperance and moderation goes a long way, you know?
that the one thing that you don't want to lose is Tiff, then don't fuck around.
I won't. Ever again.
So
The best I can.
Yeah.
Well, I can understand if you don't want to talk to me anymore. Or however you feel about it. I just wanted to say that
From all of this Naomi lady was the one that was done absolutely the worst out of everything. Like, it's actually crazy. I started these calls backwards, but this one's shorter than the 43-minute one.
I have been grateful
So this is like later in the timeline than the January one, but the January one is pretty long and is where all the crazy clips come from.
to the
Gotta find a pussy named Temperance. Me going to the club and hooking
To the
up with the stripper whose name is Temperance.
friendship that you've given me and the counseling and just being there.
Mm-hmm.
And that if you ever want to, if a cameo appearance is available, you're welcome back. If not, you don't want it. I understand completely. All I can say is that I'm sorry and try to make everything better.
Well,
That's all.
yeah. For me, I have empathy for you. I appreciate a lot of what we've been through together. I'm also incredibly disappointed in the way you've treated some people that I hold extremely dear.
I know.
So I'm not sure overall how I feel. I think overwhelmingly it's just disappointed, but also hopeful.
Yeah. I am disgusted with myself that
To be clear, I don't really give a shit if somebody is hoeing around, right? But just at least say it. Just say it. It's like, yep, I was unfaithful and I looked at all my female friends as an opportunity for sex. Just be like, yeah, I found them all attractive, so I decided to shoot my shot simultaneously. Like, I don't even know. I don't like the idea. I'd rather have somebody just unabashedly say they're a piece of shit than to beat around the bush and say that they're a good person who's just like going through it or something. It's not even like you're saying you're a good or a bad person because you did an action, right? I don't really think that there is like a moral objectiveness to being a hoe or not. Hurting somebody's feelings because you're a hoe is a different story than just being a hoe. You know what I mean? You can just be a hoe, but it's how you go about that further that makes the action good or bad. We're talking philosophical hoery here when you think about it.
Put myself in that position.
Who was the one streamer guy that put his friends into AI porn or something? So that was Atriox. And since that time, Atriox put money into stopping deepfake porn. He like went above and beyond to like, to make a stand that, he understands what he did was wrong. And he did that. And that happened a while ago. Like that was also like 2021, right? And hasn't happened since, as far as I know. And he is still with his partner, as far as I know. That was definitely some of that. Talk about a rocky waters in a relationship. That was a bit crazy. Hocrates. What a legacy. He does like business news now. He does like business news and stuff. It's pretty interesting. So he covers like tech news and stuff like that. Plato. Going to the philosophical strip club, calling for a private dance from the stripper named Diogenes.
Meant a lot about, I didn't have a choice, but I put myself in that impossible choice.
Yeah, he didn't put them in there. He just got caught gooning the deepfake porn that his friends had deepfakes on it.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't gooning to his friends. The website just had him. Yeah. But he was opening up. Brother, if you're opening up a tab, Homer, oh, fuck off. That's amazing. Fuck you. That's too good. That's fucking really good. I hate how good that one is.
And I have done everything I can to make it up. And I will continue to do so. That's the best I can do. That's why I left Cal's Row.
Euripides. Oh god. Low-Kirk annually. This is gonna be the legacy of the Greek philosophers.
Those people could stay in, and they could participate.
I was watching a video recently. Speaking of Low-Kirk annually, I was watching a video, and this guy said Netanyahu-ally. Like, this guy was Netanyahu-ally, the only guy who's ever said that.
In it if they wanted, and I wouldn't have to, be all like that. And then I basically sworn off VR chat completely because I've just done so much damage there.
He's done a lot of damage in VR chat. I don't know how you can goon in VR chat, Like, I don't know how you can goon in VR chat. Like, the concept of doing that is just, like, it just is too much work, brother. I saw a clip of, was it Jinxie? Some streamer or something. He, like, paid a woman in VR chat to put him in a cage and make him bark like a dog. Like, what? What do you mean? I'm sorry. Please, can somebody please find that clip? I'm sorry. There is a clip of a streamer in a cage where an anime lady is like stepping on him. I swear to God, this is a real clip.
And I'm just gonna focus on
I need to find it. I need to find it. I'm sorry. I need to find it right now. It was on stream, dude. He did that on stream. No, not Lakari. That guy was fucking like banned or something. Okay, okay. Yeah, it was Jinxie. Yeah, no. I need to show you this clip. I'm sorry. I can't go past this moment in time without showing this clip. This is fucking insane. Okay, so we're going to go on a little detour here for like 5 seconds. It is blurred, so if I accidentally show whole by accident, I'm sorry, but we'll see.
Good boy. Go and bark for me. Good boy.
Bro, what the fuck? What the fuck, dude? I thought I had no shame, but this is crazy. This guy's on a different level.
Whoa. Good boy.
And I know he plays like comp games and shit.
Good boy. You're so good for mommy.
Wild, bro.
Good boy.
This guy has a shitload of people watching him on stream right now. And if you're telling me he's not stiff as a board, you're crazy.
Oh, treats. Wait, what?
He's not even alone in this cage, bro. He's sharing the cage with another guy with webcam on, dude. Webcam on.
Yeah.
All right, this guy's a big streamer, guys.
Even thirsty?
Yes.
Thirsty? Good.
This is crazy.
Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Oh, you're so good for mommy.
Get sprayed.
Bad boy. Bad boy.
Dude, you got Usopp next to him in the cage. They put Usopp in the cage. Here I'll be thinking it'd be Sanji in there, but they got Usopp being sprayed with the water for being a bad boy. Oh.
Bad boy. You've been such a bad boy. Bad boy.
Alright, now come here.
I can't even imagine the concept of doing this. Could you like paying for this unironically? How much do you think a service like this costs? Like what is this? What is the going rate for this? I would love to know. I would love to know. Not for my personal enjoyment, but just I'm curious.
Never make me do that again. I'm sorry, Mom.
Dude, her fucking model is kissing him. She has like a kissy face on his model, on her model. I mean, if he paid her for it, you can't call her unemployed either. I know. Is this an endurance test? An endurance test to see how many people can cancel their subs to you, Diesel? God damn.
Sorry,
Good
Mommy.
boy. Good boy. Alright, I forgive you.
I would be so curious to interview somebody that does this for a living. I would be so curious. How do you not laugh? I don't know how you don't burst out laughing all the time. I would not be able to keep a straight face. This is the same game that gave you Ugandan Knuckles, yes. You could just calm fetish art in private at that point and leave everyone else out of it. He's doing it on stream. There's 3,599 people watching him do this.
Okay. Yes, thank you.
Was that fun?
Yes.
More of that later? Yeah.
I won't make you guys watch anymore, but that's rough. That's rough. Oh, shit. I knew a girl who did this. She made hella money. No career in doming for you? Yeah, because you just can't even keep a straight face at that. Okay? You can't. There's a guy in VR chat who made a sexy Freddy Fazbear model with nude toggles, And he got 45K from that one model. Fucking god damn, I'm in the wrong line of work, brother. I'm in the wrong line of work. God damn. Holy shit. Oh. Am I stupid? Yeah, I am. I am stupid. Here we go.
Makes people happy, and that can inspire others to make other and hope that I can throw some good out in the world.
You've always said that your heart has room for two things, for Tiffany and for D&D.
Yeah.
So keep working for those things.
Thanks for listening, Naomi. I don't want to take up more of your time.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me know what was going on.
We can talk again.
I want to be clear. You said I'd have another chance and that people aren't going to attack me, and I am very grateful for that, but I want you to know that I don't think I deserve it. But I don't want to stop doing D&D.
I mean, at the end of the day, look, you... At the moment, it doesn't sound like people absolutely despise you. There aren't that many rumors flying around. Like, to be completely straight with you, if someone who you have harmed decides to speak out against you, then
Are with the anime girls or furry art? Chat, which do you think gets more bank? That is not even up for discussion. The furries are making bank. They make 10 times the bank. Dude, they're living levels of luxury that you can't even comprehend. Okay? Their tax bracket transcends yours in any power scaling match. All right? The articulation in some of these fursuits, you can't. You're not there. Okay? You're not there. They're carrying the entire network architecture of the internet on their backs, okay?
I don't know if or when that will happen. That's not something that I have heard.
Yeah, it's fine. It's yeah.
Overwhelmingly, because people don't know what's going on, they are concerned for you and your family.
Furries are more time intensive to create for, I think, even in art. I will say this, the furry community is like, it's older than like the consumer anime community. He physically assaulted someone, not from anything I've read in this drama. Like the last time I looked at this, none of that came up. I would refrain from suggesting such things until told otherwise. But yeah, the internet exists on the backs of a giant turtle. They are also into inflation. Oh fuck. Oh shit.
People have so much trust in you. And if they knew...
Oh yeah, that was what I was saying. The furry community is older than the consumer anime community by like a wide margin. Okay. Furries grew into existence in the 50s. Okay. Japan was just putting out like fucking Showa era anime. Barely a blip on the radar. All right? But like the queer community of post United States, like post-war United States, was like gathering at like Silver Age comic and like old school ass. Mozart was unironically a cat boy. Yeah. Well, at what point does the furry that we know become something else, you know? Because an anthropomorphized animal has existed since pre-writing civilization, you know? So one could argue that we have furries as far back as the Epic of Gilgamesh, right? But is it a furry or is it a monster? You know, that's the real question. But I know if we're talking about like the quintessential furry existed like back in the, like they come from the 50s, right? And it was like a way to express gender non-conforming like behaviors or like like express non-heteronormative behaviors in like a safe space.
What was going on, they would be absolutely heartbroken.
I had an old script on the history of furries, and so that was left on a cutting room floor from the research. I just never
So-
followed through with it.
What you need to do is do your damn best to make sure you don't do any more things that will hurt the people who you are now partially responsible for.
Yeah.
Volcona was her name, the girl he assaulted IRL. I'd need to pull that up, but damn, that's crazy.
I'll do my best. I hope it's good enough.
The great thing about this is that you have less things to focus on. If you're pulling out from a lot of projects and you're cutting off contact with a lot of people that make you want to do things that aren't right or that you shouldn't be doing, then you have the space and the energy to focus on doing good in these few avenues of your life and cleaning up those messes and not making any new ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yes, you have a massive chance to make things right and keep things right. And if you
This call isn't as interesting. I think I said that last time I looked at this. I'm gonna go take a piss, be right back, and then we'll go on to the next call. Okay, so I'll be right back. Give me a little bit here. Give me a little bit. Fuck. Where's my piss music? Where's my piss music? Here we go. Here we go. I found it. I'm sorry. I know this fucking buffering. Many such cases. Fucking living in the middle of nowhere. Blah, blah, blah. Very fucking stupid. I hate it so much. I've done everything I can, okay? I swear. I gotta be honest. I out of all the things I've done, I think it's just that they don't give a shit about the internet out here, okay? In the middle of buttfuck nowhere. Again, am I actually gonna... Is this... Dude, this is gonna be like the third time it's happened on the same fucking call that I've listened to, too. If that's the case. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I'll try for a little bit. We'll see if it comes back. But if it keeps going bad, then I'm just gonna have to, you know, throw it in the wash. But we'll see on that. There we go. But yeah, it's not you guys. I'm like running at half kilobits right now. Oh good, it's not me. I thought is it raining outside? Let me check. That usually makes it bad. Did you put a new Wi-Fi tower, Diesel? So I put a new Wi-Fi tower, and then I also made like a repeater, and then I plugged into the repeater. So there's still like a wireless gap in my connection that it needs to do a jump, okay? And so as a result, I gotta fucking. I gotta do that. I can't connect to my. I can't connect to my modem, which is the issue, and it's something I've tried to fix for a long time, and it's just not in the realm of possibility for me, which is a frustrating thing to deal with. That is a byproduct of honestly where I live right now. So hopefully it fixes itself one day or something, or I move. That's the goal. The goal is to move so that way I can feed myself. But yeah, it's been like this for like months, and it's only gotten worse, and I don't know why. And you know what's crazy? I asked someone who has the same provider as me, and they're also having issues. Move to butt fuck somewhere else then. Yeah, you know, true.
Pity don't know I live up a mountain. I have better Wi-Fi.
I live up a mountain too, and I pay for an extremely good internet connection. So it's very fucking stupid. We'll get to the last call. Hopefully connection doesn't stay super shit.
Actually, you know, amongst the
I'm gonna put this one at 1.5. This might sound stupid, but the only way I've ever gotten consistent internet was Ethernet, even with a 150-foot cord that was ugly as shit. Yeah, I would do that, but there's a wall between me and that. Which I don't want to have the wall there, but it's not my choice. So that's, you know, a problem. Once I move. Is it Spectrum? No, it's not. I don't have Spectrum.
Hello.
hello.
Hi. How you doing?
I think this is the 17.8% call.
Today is not a good day for me at all.
I think this is the 17.8% one.
Yeah, me neither.
Right, so let's get
Spectrum?
this over with.
Bet it's Spectrum.
Yeah, no, it's not. Why are we trying to guess my ISP?
I didn't mean any insult when I said what I said. It was very tame compared to what all the rest of us were doing and talking about.
For sure.
You joined in, and you had every opportunity to see that coming before you joined in and how we were talking.
Actually, I came in literally when you mentioned Neve, like to the stream.
I live in Brazil and have better Wi-Fi. You know what the issue is? It's because we don't care about infrastructure here in America. So we've let it all degrade to the point that none of it works consistently. Drill a hole in the wall. It's not my wall to drill a hole in.
Is not
I also would have to run an over like at least maybe like over like 400 feet of wire.
fault, nor is what happened to you this weekend, nor is what happened to me
Of course.
your fault either. My point is that this is basically how this is going to go down, the way I look at it. You joined in. I took a soft shot at you, very tame. The same thing I would have said to anyone else, and that obviously hurt your feelings. That's not how I meant it. Nobody else there thought that's how that was meant. Nobody listening thought that's how it meant at all.
I mean, in response to that, like one person in the call was like, "Oh, bro," like in that kind of tone.
It should be fixed now. I'm looking at the connection on OBS, and it says I have full bars again.
And a few people in chat said it was too far.
Well, okay. First of all, people in chat are going to exasperate everything, and if you're using them as your argument, it's not a good argument. And
Okay, Kelly also thought it was too far because I was crying and her and I were hanging out after, and she was asking why I was sad, and I told her that that's what you said, and I understood that it was banter, but that it hurt me, and she understood and.
Well, yeah, what's she supposed to say? What, that you're wrong? No, she's going to be supportive to you. That's, come on.
Okay, dude, I'm just saying that.
Anyway, like I was saying before I was interrupted, Harm.
We all know his ISP is Cox.
Well, you know, as funny as that would be.
That's his way of joking. Going,
Solution, move to Brazil. I'm sure I know Brazil gets a lot of memes, but I think there's probably upsides to Brazil. I don't know any Portuguese, though, not gonna lie, and I'm definitely not gonna learn. So I'll just be like an annoying... I feel like people would assume that I would be able to speak Portuguese if I was in Brazil. Would I blend in? Would I looks match with Brazil? Brazilians in the chat, do I looks match? That's the question. I would not live anywhere else in Brazil.
Like to exasperate it. That's a whole back and forth thing that had been happening the whole time. So here's my problem.
Anyone can look Brazilian, Diesel.
That's where I go to relax.
I mean, yeah. But I feel like the general perception of what a Brazilian looks like. Sorry, I'm gonna do an American thing here. I feel like okay. I feel like a Brazilian. Don't crucify me, okay? I'm an American. We still don't know how to say Iran. We keep saying Iran. I ran where? To the supermarket? Nobody runs in America. When you picture a Brazilian, the average American pictures somebody wearing a Brazil soccer jersey, football jersey, right? And they're wearing shorts, like blue sports shorts that don't match with their top. And then they're wearing like either slippers, like flip-flops, or maybe like a sneaker of some undescript origin, okay? And they're like dark tan, but like a dark caramel color, not like black, okay? And they have hair that may be like Lucio, or maybe like mine's, or maybe they have cornrows, or maybe they have like a curly fro. They're racially ambiguous. No one wears those outfits, Diesel. I'm white. I'm just telling you what an American thinks. That's all I'm telling you, okay? Americans have very poor geographical understanding. I know that Brazil is a multi-ethnic, multicultural country filled with people of various different shades, okay? Diesel's a racist point of view. Right? Like, I know Brazil has a huge expat Japanese community in it, for example. Or I know that there's lots of white people in Brazil, but that's because I've watched more than just City of God. Okay? I've watched other things. Okay? I'm being wrongfully shamed right now. As a Brazilian, I should get offended, but like I'm just laughing. But is it not just the most cartoonish depiction of what a Brazilian would be? I'm telling you guys, this is what the median American voter thinks a Brazilian is. I'm not saying that I believe that. I'm saying that if I walked up to a guy and I was like, so, tell me what a Brazilian looks like, and I asked him to answer that question, he would say that. Oh yeah, what about a Swedish person? Okay, Swedish, blonde hair, blue eyes. When they talk, I just think large butt women. I think the same thing. I was doing like the platonic idea of a Brazilian, but like a Swedish blonde hair, blue eyes. What do they wear? They wear a Canada Goose jacket. You know, like that red Canada Goose jacket with the furred hood, right? And they wear that. And they're carrying a one of those square backpacks, you know, the Kanken backpack, whatever that one is, that one with the little fox on it, right? And when they speak, it just sounds like complete gibberish. Okay, that's what a Swedish, that's like American's idea of a Swedish person is. Yeah, that's my best guess. That's my best guess. We don't think about the Swedes that much, I think. You know? I picture picture like a stock photo of a white hair, like a blonde hair, blue-eyed guy in a suit going like this and smiling. Large butt for Swedish? No. No large butt for Swedish. Yeah, and IKEA. And everything is IKEA. Everything is IKEA. IKEA is everywhere. You all live in IKEA houses. Activewear is big in Norway too. That's crazy. They can't have all this good healthcare and be wearing activewear.
And having a great time. You came in and I wanted to include you, which is banter. So when I said, you know, you don't get invited back to the parties, the perfect response would have been the same amount of parties you do, and that would have been fantastic, and I would have loved it because that is how friendship is showed.
Here. Since I've slandered Brazilians and Swedes so much, I'll do my own people. I'll do Puerto Ricans, right? What's the perception of an American to a Puerto Rican? They mix them up with every Caribbean, so they're all like the same thing. So they're loud in public spaces, and when they when they get on a train, they play music through the speaker on their phone.
GTG. But as someone who's lived in every southern state, this is a dangerous convo for my white butt to be in. For now, people already assume my stance.
Right? So they always play music loud on their phone. The male Puerto Ricans wear shirts that are always too tight, right? And they're always like these button-down shirts that have like these plants running down the sides like this, right? And they run down. It looks like a bowling shirt, right? And they wear fedora hats, and they sit on stairs and play dominoes. I also wrote about it wrong. I would not live outside of Brazil because I love my country too much. It must be nice to have some pride in the place you live, huh? I feel like if I traveled anywhere, people would be like, "Oh, you're American?" Yikes. Loud music, Honda Civics. Yeah. Oh, shit. It's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. I feel like if Americans go overseas, it's really funny. Every time I watch an anime, it is almost like bar for bar how they depicted American. It's always like blonde hair, blue eyed, really tall, really loud, really opinionated, and doesn't know how to be polite to people. That's every time there's an American in anime. That's exactly what they like draw. All right, Diesel, do Canadians. I'm not doing the Ray William Johnson stereotype song where I'm going back to the topic.
You know, amongst the crowd that I was hanging out with at the time. So now we move on to this point. I will no longer be bantering with you because I have no way of knowing as to whether or not you're going to be able to take it, because I have been very, very careful leading up to this point on what you can and can't take, and it seemed like you could. I was wrong. And the only way to ensure that this won't happen again is to not do it with you anymore. There you go. That's the solution.
I mean, if that's what you feel is necessary, okay.
That is the solution.
But we've literally been bantering for like a year and a half, and I've never had
which
issues.
Which is why I felt comfortable that I could do something, especially something that's soft.
No, but this is what I'm saying.
What
like,
was your intention?
He was like a rude asshole in VC, okay? Like, he was a rude asshole in a VC, and he was making a snarky message, and she took offense to that, okay? And he's trying to reinterpret this event as him, like, just bantering, but it was very clearly not bantering. You know when, like, somebody's mad, but they're, like, a passive-aggressive mad person? So instead they sneak diss you instead of doing anything, like, you know, actually serious with it.
Message me in the middle of the night after I was laying down saying that was uncalled for and too far. Like,
I wanted to tell you. I wanted to tell you.
Right? That's what you wanted.
Yes, but that doesn't mean
you
that.
got it. So what else is there to talk about?
That doesn't mean that you need to completely like shut something down. Like
No. You don't get to decide what it means. I get to decide how I react to it. And the only way to ensure
Diesel, do you drive a Chrysler 300? No, I drive a Jeep.
Not harmed again is to not include you. It's as simple as that. Like, what did you think was going to happen? Then I'd say
he's like so over dramatic too. It's like somebody was like, "Oh, this guy like it's like if you banter with someone and then you make a joke that goes too far, you just set that boundary with your friend." But he's like, all or nothing is crazy. Like, that's just so ridiculous because like normal people don't react that way.
Right. And then I'd walk on eggshells around.
Do you have rubber ducks on your dashboard? No, because I'm not that kind of Jeep driver.
Rest of the time, like I have to send you pre-messages to make sure that what I say is fine, because obviously my preordained, well, no, that's not the right word. My predisposition towards you was incorrect.
Right, if we've had 100 conversations and one of them went awry, that doesn't mean we need to stop having conversations.
That's not what I said.
I know, but I'm bringing up like a comparative example. Like if you eat 100 burgers and one of them is rotten, you don't stop eating burgers. I'm fine with banter. I enjoy and appreciate
you
our
stop
banter.
eating burgers from that place. So your example works against you. But
Motherfuckers be eating burgers. It's crazy out here.
That's not the point. The point is that this is what happened. This is the course of events. And I'm not even going to get into the whole you trying to explain to me how to treat people. I'm not even going to get into that because that was just patronizing and condescending.
The rite of passage to have random ducks on your Jeep Diesel. I don't understand the ducks thing, actually. I gotta be honest. You know, I don't get it. Is he negging? He is.
The point is that you came into a group that was already established and which a social paradigm had already been established and which we were all riffing on each other. Now, because you didn't know that was
fully believe that Jeep owners are in a cult. Let me be clear. Okay? Jeeps fucking suck, bro. Jeeps suck. I do not like driving my Jeep. I drive it because it is the car I have. I would not want it. I am in no position. Nobody is in any position to buy a car these days. The prices of cars are too damn high. We should allow all the Chinese EVs to come here. Okay, we're in a very Chinese time in our life. It's time for the China won. China won. Okay, they won. It's disgusting because a Chinese EV is like $4,000. You could buy a Chinese EV, and it would be more affordable than buying a new American vehicle. I am not joking. If you look at those prices and you see the things that are in Chinese EVs, okay, and then you find out, you go look up what is with the Chinese EVs. I swear to God, if you look at that and then go, why the fuck can't we have that here? I don't know, like, it's crazy. It's crazy that we're keeping those out of here. And you know why we are? Because Elon Musk lobbies for that. And the car manufacturers that are fumbling the bag right now and producing hot garbage are lobbying for that.
Walked in. That is not our fault. That is yours.
In Brazil, if you buy an electric car, you don't pay taxes on it. You know, we used to get tax credits for buying electric cars. They got rid of that.
One, reading a situation.
The president got rid of that.
People need to do when they walk into any situation. Sit rep is a basic setup to understand anything that's happening.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Odie, you're kind of selling me on Brazil right now. Minus the anti-homeless architecture, you're kind of selling me on Brazil.
Because I know that you're a quiet one, so I tried to throw you in there, and I use that opportunity of correction as an opportunity to get you in there. Because while it might seem lesser to you to correct me like that, up to that point, that was the object of banter because that correction had just happened. So therefore, when you play the first card, Naomi, that tells me you're ready to play the game. And therefore, I countered because that's how banter works. And the counter was very light, incredibly light compared to all the shit that we have been talking. But apparently, due to things that I could not possibly have known about, it was too much for you. So,
in response, Arcadum, I wanted to let you know that it was something that specific comment was something that was a little hurtful to me because I didn't want to hold on to it.
That was a little uncalled for, and after a really bad weekend, that shit made me cry. And I said, I was kidding, that was just banter, Naomi. I'm sorry it hurt your feelings. And you said, some banter can be hurtful, Pepe Hands. And I said, I will not banter with you anymore. I'm fine with banter in general. How much good shit talking we have done over the past, and you're basically saying, nobody, Naomi, nobody likes you. That's not really banter in my honest opinion. That isn't what I said, which means that at that point, any discourse that we would have over it becomes pointless because you're already believing I said something that I didn't. Well, not getting invited back to parties doesn't mean people don't like you. That's not what I said.
I know that you, like, I'm not saying that I took it as a personal attack of people don't like you. I'm saying that the banter of not getting invited.
No, you specifically said it's more personal. So you did take it as a personal attack. So, what?
No, so what I'm saying, Arcadum, is that I didn't perceive it as, like, you telling me that nobody likes me. Because I understand that, like what you were doing was banter. But the phrase, like, you don't get invited back to parties, implies people don't like you enough to invite you back to parties. Or something negative results in you not being invited back to parties.
If you take it past banter, it can mean that. So that fault is on you.
But like
so
I'm saying,
this guy said something rude and he just is refusing to just own up to it. Just be like, yeah, I'm pissed at you. I said something rude. God. When I say stuff rude to people, I'm at least a honest asshole where I'm like, yep, wasn't happy. And then you just, there you go. You know, we don't need to moralize it.
What I'm saying is that, like, that phrase in and of itself did not feel like banter to me because I don't take.
That's not my problem, is it?
I mean, wait. So,
dude, his banter doesn't care about your feelings.
Be stronger.
Fat guy with wizard beard would like you to know that he's Himothy. Okay, this is what we're dealing with right now. Is this dude a debate pedophile? Dude, he's just ribbing his female friend because he wasn't getting action from her. Okay, he's getting like fucking. He's fucking incel maxing. Okay, that's really it.
My advice, or don't play. Like, what did you think the response should have been? Like, what did you expect?
From what?
Like
From bringing this up to you?
Yeah, you got your apology. That obviously wasn't enough.
You're not sorry, motherfucker.
Was to let you know so that I wouldn't hold on to it and like it wouldn't keep being like a little sore spot, right?
Yeah, you kept drawing it out though. I said I was kidding. It was just banter. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. That's it. That's
Right.
what you came for.
And I wanted to let you know.
And then you said some
I
banter
wanted
can be hurtful
to let you
because
know.
You wanted to fucking lecture me. That's what you wanted to do, and that's what you tried to do. See, that's the problem. Telling me that you had a bad weekend and I made you cry over some banter, that was resolved the moment I responded with, I was just kidding, it was just banter, I am sorry it hurt your feelings. That is because that was my intention, an understanding that it hurt you, and an admission to fault, in which I took care of all of that in 2 sentences. And then you tried to go into your regular lecturing self, which you've done plenty of times. Some banter can be hurtful, and I just didn't want to deal with it.
Oh my god, dude. Oh, these women. These women with their opinions and having bad days. Oh. I think that she should learn her lesson and know that sometimes it's not okay for a woman to lecture me. I'm sorry your feelings are hurt, but have you tried being less of a woman?
And then you proceeded to try and explain to me in further detail why I was wrong to say it. And I just didn't want to deal with it. I just didn't have the sympathy for it.
You know, normally in friendships, people don't say either like deal with the status quo or leave. Like,
I only said that after you brought it up to this point because if I don't understand what it is that you actually want, I still don't. Like, you got your apology and I meant it, but you kept drawing it out.
okay,
So it's obvious you wanted more.
Typically, you know, if somebody does something that doesn't have the intention to hurt, but it hurts somebody, they don't like say like, oh, well, that wasn't like
They don't say what I didn't mean to do that, because if I meant to do it, that would mean I wasn't your friend.
No, they don't say shit like nobody else took it that way. They don't say shit like it's your problem that you took it that way. They say they literally just say like,
I didn't say that until after you tried to explain to me how to talk to people. That was me not having any more of your shit.
That's why I date non-white women. They know what they want and when they want it. They're assertive. I'll make an exception for Diesel. Excuse me? Are you calling me a white woman that you'd make an exception for? What is the line of logic there? I want to know the line of logic on that one. I take umbrage with that. I take umbrage with these white woman allegations.
Pointed out at the very beginning, what was the first thing I said to you when you said that to me?
I'm sorry it hurt your feelings. I was just kidding.
I was just kidding. It was just banter to explain my position, and then I said, I am sorry it hurt your feelings. That's me taking all the fault for it. I didn't say you were wrong. I didn't say any of that other shit until after. And then what is your response after that? You said some banter can be hurtful. Pepe hands. Well, guess what? That's you trying to say, well, some banter can be hurtful, because I know that if I had engaged that correctly, you would, or in the way that you probably wanted to, you would have went into this tirade explaining to me how, and you even tried to do it later after that. And so I just don't have time or sympathy left in my tank to deal with that. So the best way to make sure that you don't get hurt again is to make sure that you don't play the game. I just won't play it with you. There you go. Everyone wins. It's not like our relationship's going to change.
That's like so cringe. This whole thing is him like beating her over the head. He's like, oh, you got offended at my joke? Guess we're never joking again. What are you, 12? What? What are you, 12? Like, for real, brother? I'm kidding, Diesel. I'm trying to rationalize this moron's logic. No, I think it was funnier if you just called me a white woman.
That is a presumption on your end. The change will be seamless. You won't notice it. Even with me pointing it out to you, you won't see it. Because I know how to do it. In fact, if we had never even talked about it to this extent, you wouldn't even have noticed anyway. That's just in this one instance, my normal sympathy tank that I have was out. And
his normal sympathy tank was out because his lack of sex tank was full. Hell hath no fury like a nice guy who's lost his temper.
Be stronger. Well, understand that that's maybe what I actually meant by it wasn't the thing that you thought that was meant by it.
The reason why I said that's not banter anymore is because I enjoy banter. All right, it wasn't to start getting into a thing about how like to start getting into a lecture. The reason why I said that's not really banter in my opinion is because that specific comment hurts me. Most of the time, I love banter. All right, and I didn't feel like it was necessary.
His sympathy tank was empty because his misogyny tank was full. He lost his nice guy cap, which is a trilby, not a fedora. He can't tell the difference, but we're not gonna tell him. One bridge at a time.
To be like, okay, we're not gonna banter anymore. Like that part's gone. You know what I mean? Because
Well,
I don't.
obviously
Because
because you felt the need to message me and I made you cry and all that. I don't want to fucking deal with that guilt. And the only way to make sure that that you're not hurt, more importantly, but also that I don't take yet another mark to my guilt, then is to just not play the game. Because for the advanced level of empath that I am, taking the year that we have spent together and felt each other out, talked to each other, feeling it out, that I tried to invite you to play the game with me and then I hurt you, means either A, I'm not nearly as perceptive as I was hoping I was, and therefore I can't be trusted to play, or you can't take it. Both of these things are it's one of those two things. Or the third one is this was just a shot on you on a bad day, but you're not taking it.
Yeah, it was just a shot. It was a shot on her on a bad day.
On the bad days, you've taken that off the table.
She said she was in a bad headspace. The joke was mean. You laid it on top of her. She said that wasn't nice, and you took umbrage with that very simple thing.
Or the only way to ensure actual resolution, because I'm not gonna.
All right, let's take it as a shot on a bad day, and because of the kind of person that I am, I want to bring up shots even if they're on bad days, because I don't want friendships to be fucked up with people that I care about. All right.
Yeah, and she didn't, and she brought it up to you because she didn't want to let it linger and fester, because she felt it was important to her to address that in that moment. And clearly, you proved her correct in that you're incapable of meeting her where she's at.
None of this is going to happen like that. Your presumption, what, you're gonna think we're not gonna be friends anymore because of this? No, I just won't play with you like that. That's all.
I just won't play with you like that. Okay. Grade school ass argument this happening right now, brother.
It's like don't invite him to dodgeball. It's like that's all it is.
Don't invite him to dodgeball. This is peak everybody is 12 debating right now, dude.
All right.
I mean, unless you've got a better idea, I'm keen to hear it. That ensures that you're not hurt again.
Okay, Diesel, what is the context? I'm coming in at a bad time. This guy said something mean to one of his female friends, and she said that hurt my feelings. And he's saying, well, I guess I'll never make jokes with you ever again. And he's mad at her because he wants to goon with her, but she doesn't want to goon with him. And so he's getting all pent up about it because he can't address the elephant in the room that is his failing fiance engagement.
Is there any other methodology that you can suggest to me that guarantees that you won't be hurt again? Hence why I'm taking it. That's the only one I can think of that guarantees it.
I don't know. Aside from just awareness of like the kinds of comments that typically attack like things like the difference between something that would actually
There comes
be
the
hurtful.
lecture.
No, you're asking me for suggestions, right?
Yeah.
You literally just asked me for a suggestion. So what I'm responding with is my idea, tossing it out there. I'm not trying to lecture you. This is my idea. But like just being aware that there's a difference between being like some I don't know. We've done so much banter over the past year and a half. There's obviously a difference between that kind of stuff and something like this that is like, because you know people, you know the kinds of things that will hurt people. Like you've said yourself that you know how to dig into people. So understanding that like using the things that actually dig into people when you're bantering is not as fun as the more lighthearted banter that fucking most people love participating in.
That was light. That was maybe it's not to you, but that was light in the intention. And furthermore, I know all that, which is why when you said that it was too much, I said I was sorry. The conversation could have stopped there, and then it would have been fine. But when you proceeded to try and drag it out, I saw you weren't ready to play the game. Simple as that. Because you wanted more than an apology.
No, dude, all I wanted was an apology. I think that
I apologized to you once, and then I apologized to you again.
It wasn't an apology. You just need to say, I'm sorry. But when you say, I'm sorry your feelings were hurt, you're like wording it as like, oh, I'm sorry you can't take it. That's what you were saying. I'm sorry you can't take it.
And then you kept trying to push. And let me explain something to you that I don't think you're getting. Okay. full disclosure, 4 cards.
What
on the
did he
table.
joke about? He said that she's the type of person that they don't invite to parties. He just said that. Basically, he was just like, she's bad at parties. She's not fun to hang around. You know, she can't hang.
Are you in an emotional state to handle this? Because I'm not going to hit you when you're down.
I don't know. Depends on what it is.
In that case, I won't tell you.
Cool shirt. Every time I wear this shirt, it reminds me of the time that I was making candles and the candles blew up and I nearly set my room on fire with hot wax.
The only reason I drew this out is because I was confused about you saying I will not banter with you anymore, because I didn't feel like this warranted like needing to stop banter, and that's why I started talking about all that other stuff, because I was like, wait, but this can continue. This can be a one-off thing that is like, so you said sorry, I forgave it, it's fine, and I just wanted to explain why it was outside of the realm of normal banter. Like, okay, this comment I didn't perceive as normal banter. That's why it was outside of the realm of the usual stuff that I'm always fine with. Like that was my intention. It was my intention to be like.
Well, that explains why Kelly left.
Well, her and I were gonna hang out anyway, and I messaged her if she still wanted to hang out. I didn't message
That's
her talking about your
awesome.
shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to deal with
Dude,
that.
this is all because a D&D player in his game, wouldn't get sexy with him, okay? Like, that's really at the heart of this. He's getting all fucking butthurt about her not reciprocating his advances. Like, that's what this is.
What, I never messaged her like, hey, Arcadum said something and I was sad. What? Or are you talking about something else entirely unrelated right now? Her and I were gonna hang out anyway, and I messaged her.
Did you or did you not talk to her about what I said?
Yeah, but that was after.
Oh, now I'm gonna pay for that.
What? No, dude,
Now I'm gonna
that was
pay
that
for
was
that.
way after
If
her
you
and I had
think-
already
if
started.
These hoes are commiserating in the DMs about me telling them they're fucking emotional bitches. Why are they doing that? They should just listen to me.
Talking. That's not why she left.
Okay, well, here's the thing. You don't know her as well as I do. And if you think for a fact
Oh
that
my god. Yeah, okay.
it won't have rippling consequences, then you're wrong or naive. So, sorry. Like, now I have additional stress. Now I know I have to deal with that. And please don't message her trying to nip it in the bud, because that will just make it worse.
Her and I hang out all the time. Her and I had a planned hangout. She didn't leave to come talk to me about this. We had plans anyway. I messaged her like, hey, are we still hanging out? Are we still on for tonight? And she was like, I have a headache, but yeah, I'll be there in a minute. That's why she left the group call, because her and I had plans anyway. And
She said she'd come back. That's the part that you're not understanding.
when her and I ended our call, she was planning on going to bed.
Yeah, and now she's streaming.
By the
You know
time,
why she's
by the
streaming?
Oh, God forbid. This woman said that she was going to be here and then she left. Why did she leave? Because you think I'm an asshole. This hoe, all she does is lie. She says she has a headache. Lie. She was hanging out with you. Oh, this woman said she was going to sleep? Well, that can't be true. She's streaming.
time we ended the call,
Okay.
you guys were already done streaming. That's why she didn't come back, because it was over. Her and I talked
Negative.
for a
We
while.
were still in there. We were still in there after I streamed for like an hour and a half. But anyway, I'm not gonna try and argue out the semantics of it, because the point is, I know I have to deal with that now.
You've been arguing nothing but the semantics of it, my dear friend. I think you might lack the understanding of that word.
They're gonna fucking take smaller shots at me, and I'm gonna have to deal with that. And I'm just.
Oh, God forbid. People are going to have to take shots at you? Imagine somebody taking a shot at you and then claiming it was banter. Oh, fuck. I wonder if there's anybody that could understand that. Hello, All Might.
Do you expect friends not to comfort each other? Like,
That's oh my god, yeah, that's what I meant. Please, that is not what I fucking meant. Do you have any idea what it's like to not even be able to talk your true feelings to somebody because you know it'll fucking destroy them?
Well, maybe I don't understand. I don't need to tell everybody everything all of the time. I don't need to be. There's a difference between being honest and just being an insane asshole, right? Like, I can be honest with somebody that's a friend, but this doesn't mean that I tell every single little thing about it to them. Like, that's crazy. What? It's why we have boundaries and why I don't share everything with every friend.
Like, do you have any idea what that's like? Like, that's my constant existence. Is I can't tell people what I really think or the truth about something, not the full one, because I know that they can't fucking take it.
why do you have so many harmful thoughts towards your friends then?
It's
like,
not harmful.
Yeah, exactly. You're 100% right, Naomi. Holy shit.
but they're hard truths. And the thing about it is because I'm constantly in a position of providence to people, those friends of mine are made and sustained through a system of service.
Here we go, guys. Here we go. Here's the 17%. Here it comes.
So that's the difference.
I mean, do you think that if you didn't do D&D that people wouldn't be friends with you? Like, that's not the
Yes.
case.
No. I know that. In fact,
we went over the math on this. It doesn't equal 100%. He has not answered all of his stats here. Okay, the statistics don't make sense. Statistically, it sounds like 50% of people become his friend. That's pretty good. The odds are good. The odds are in his favor. Okay.
It is actually, I believe.
Why can't he share his thoughts? What does he think about? God, this woman at my table is so hot. I want to fuck her. Yeah, that's what he's thinking. Okay. Maybe that's why he can't share those thoughts, because that's inappropriate to just say that to random people, you know?
17.8% of the people that I run D&D for will continue to be my friends once the game is done. I have that number for you. I have made that calculation.
He's made that calculation.
Separate occasions. The evidence is empirical. So, sorry, but
the evidence is empirical, brother. The evidence is empirical. I only know a few of the VTubers in the image that he was DMing for, but the fact that Project Melody, Silvervale, who the fuck is that? I don't know who that is, that red-haired one. I know that's Iron Mouse. Who's the green-haired one? But this is some serious clout capital that he fumbled the bag with, just straight up, just between those three already. I'm certain those other three are very famous, but I don't know who they are. That's Zentria. That does not look like Zentria. I am not used to seeing Zentria drawn like that at all. Bro, how? I'm not logged in like that. I watch like maybe a VTuber that I like, but I don't really watch VTubers that often. It's her former model. Oh. The dragon thing is a lot better than what looks a little bit like a Nazi. She used to be a soldier. That's a nondescript Nazi, but we won't talk about that. At least in that image. All right. I would just call it a spade. All right. Nothing against Zentria. Nothing against Zentria. But I don't watch VTubers because I'm loquacious and ensouled. Pi, can you define loquacious? Don't look it up. Oh, God. Holy shit.
You think they'll stop being your friends is actually yes, as much as you might not like it to be. We don't live in a world of what we like to be. We live in a world of realities, and that's the reality of it, is that 17.8% of you will not talk to me again.
Wait, 17.
Will continue to be my friend. I believe it is 48% of you won't talk to me ever again.
I went to a VTuber meetup at Anime NYC, and let me tell you, if you want to feel like the most special person in the world, be a woman at a VTuber meet and greet. I gotta be honest. I went to Anime NYC one year, and my brother and I were walking away from the Gunpla booth, and there was like a meet and greet happening, and one of the girls was doing a show, and it was almost like they like materialized out of nowhere. Okay. And all of these people were so fucking excited. It was strange. And it was just like a model going like this on the screen to a song that they were singing. And I was just like, what? What? A beat and greet? Did I say beat? I meant meet.
Wait, what about the other percent?
Passing messages, not a real friendship. Now, those numbers are probably going
passing
to be...
a message isn't a real friendship. You know, if they're willing to talk to you, you know, you can cultivate that into a conversation, you know, like a sociable person.
More bloated onto the passive.
Have you seen the VTuber dude's live music video? Are we talking about the one where his hair comes up and everybody like screams in the room and people constantly post it going like, people pay to see this?
Due to my position as a streamer, I haven't done the recalculations based off of that.
He
yet,
jumped and
but I
his
can tell you
bangs faded away.
unequivocally
People went crazy.
that
Yeah, of course I've seen that
the use
video.
of D&D in order to make friends has a 17.8% retention rate. That's the tragedy that I live. So I don't expect you to understand that. I don't bring it up because it just makes people feel awful. But that's the
And that's
reality
a free. Yeah, it was a free concert. It was a free concert.
I mean, is that like for all DMs or for you specifically?
That's for me. I can't speak for all DMs.
Right.
That's for me specifically. But considering that that's the only measurement that matters is because it's me.
Y'all are weebs.
I'm not someone else. So
You're
yeah,
literally
that's
All
me
Might.
specifically.
Okay, but like, have you thought about why they wouldn't? Like,
Of course I
aside
have.
from the obvious clout chasers, because
I mean,
because
oh no. This was before clout.
okay,
This is before any of that. These measurements are based off my entire career.
My entire
So-
career.
17.8%.
okay. Well, have you
But
thought,
anyway.
thought about why though? Because like,
Oh, absolutely. No, of course I have, Naomi. Please. Yes, I have. I have augmented behaviors. I have done experiments to determine why. I have tried to pick different ethnicities. I've tried to do different gender counts. I've done.
I don't. What's the gender ratio on his friend split too? You know, we addressed the racial card, but what about the gender card?
everything that was within my power.
Went to my favorite VTuber, the Faithful Sheriff's meet and greet, and got tarred and feathered. Fully possible at a Faithful Sheriff meetup. They tar, feather, and then fart on you because that's his thing.
Experiment, and that number has remained depressingly the same. So that's the way it is. It could just be because it's me, but change isn't very easy, especially as someone of my age. So
You don't need to be friends with everybody you play with at a table, you know?
complete and utter personal overhaul. That's the way it's going to be. So that's why, to protect myself from disappointment.
I'm sorry. I'm drinking a lot of water. I gotta piss again. Let me take a quick piss as they say. Okay. I'm gonna play what's this? I'll play this one. I'll be right back. Give me like 5 seconds. Well, not 5, but you know. I'm back. I didn't realize this was such a vibey, laid-back Latin music. What the fuck? Damn, that was pretty good. I like that one. That was a pretty good one. Big fan of that one. Oh boy, Arcadum. All right, let's keep going with this.
Tiffany, and if she doesn't accept me back, then D&D. Do the thing I know that I'm good at, that makes people happy, and that can inspire
I
others
did wash my
to make
hands.
and hope.
Oh,
that I
that
can-
joke is gonna stick with my career until I die, huh? Never escaping that one. After being sick, I truly, I mean, I was washing my hands before that, but I truly feel it. Truly feel it.
Throw some good out in the world.
You've always said that your heart has room for two things, for Tiffany and for Dean.
Nope, that was the wrong one. That was the wrong one. Wrong call. Wrong call. That was the call where they were, you know, kind of getting back together.
I have to keep this wall up. And one of those walls is determining whether or not I can speak frankly around someone in a non-professional manner. And after a year of our interaction, I thought that I was ready to be comfortable around you. I was wrong.
I mean, in that sense, we've had a lot more personal conversations than the closeness. And
Right,
comfort
which is why I'm not thinking that our friendship is over because of this. I just won't banter with you anymore. That's it. Like you're the one who's blowing this way out of proportion than what it actually is. Probably because you've had an emotional day. I have.
Oh my
I've had
God.
one too, but I'm used to having those because I'm in a. Well,
Wait.
I'm not saying that I'm used to having those like other people don't have. those.
Here's
I'm
the
saying
here's the
those that
clip
I'm
in
a
question.
specific situation in which my training
Okay.
prevents me from being. I don't have the luxury of being emotional.
His
I don't
training.
get to
Wait,
message
what?
people in the middle of the night with, you know.
His training. Genuine question: do penor havers wipe after peeing? No, it's like a shake. You know, you shake it. You know. Here, let me show you the concert that we were talking about. All right. Here's the concert. I don't get it. I don't get it. I love wearing. I love being my VTuber. I love doing that. If I could have been like a VTuber full time, 100% I would have taken it. But I almost don't understand some of the like fixation or like love with it, you know? So is he really singing in this clip, or is it just like a video? Are they just all sitting there watching a video from their favorite VTuber's live stream? It isn't a very expressive model. I'm not even gonna lie. I think my model is more expressive than this guy's. It just sounds like he's saying, like he's singing in Simlish, like abba dee ba da ba da 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 ba dee. Ooh, he took off his top or his jacket. I can't get over how fucking crazy that reaction is. I don't think he's speaking English. Yeah, I don't think so either. Dude, this guy is a little fucking slut. I'm not even gonna lie, brother. Dude, you do not. They're cooking up something furious with a lot of these male VTubers. All right, like we deliberately wanted to make my guy slutty too, right? But in the same breath, this is so fucking crazy how fucking slutty it is. The earring, that earring he's wearing is so fucking that's a like serious hoe level right there. On God, that guy knows game. You know what I mean? I gotta be honest, this is I don't some of you might be like, oh my God, that's disgusting. Here's why you don't react crazy to this, okay? Because when you react disgusted to this, that's like the same energy as those guys that get mad at those women who work in that Australian office and they go, Gen Z boss in a mini, right? This is literally one of those moments where I'm sorry, I gotta be the guy who says let people enjoy things. Okay? This is definitely a let people enjoy things type shit. Okay? Because this is like so innocent when you really think about it. Like, who the fuck cares? Like, this is fine. Like getting angry at it is like carrying the same energy as getting irrationally mad at the Gen Z boss in a mini thing, okay?
Something they said to me hurt my feelings. I don't get to
I
do
mean,
that.
as far as that goes, if you've got alerts on, it wasn't my intention to get you out of bed or anything.
No, it
Our
didn't wake
sleep
me up.
schedules
I
are
was already
all
there.
out of whack.
I said in the middle of the night because it's accurate, not because it's an intention that you woke me up.
Yeah, I have no fucking semblance of sleep right now. Everything got fucked up.
But my point is that that's the reality I live with.
Right.
You're taking this way out of proportion to think that because I'm not going to banter with you anymore that I'm going to stop being your friend. You won't even notice the difference. I mean, you might. I don't want to speak in absolutes, but my prediction rate on that's pretty high. You won't notice the difference. So it won't matter. It's just another adjustment that I have to do in my constant state of service that I live in. We wouldn't even be having this conversation if my sympathy had been higher, because it would have taken more levels of pulling for you to get to that statement that I knew was going to be polarizing.
Right.
You only got 2 layers of sympathy this time, not the normal 6 that I give to you. I'm sorry if that sounds aloof or cold, but that's literally all this is to me, is just numbers. Each person has a different level of sympathy that I give them, and I allot that as much as my mind can take.
Man, maybe that 17% exists because people are numbers to you. Like I know that people are way more than numbers to you.
Whoa.
But like all of this like testing stuff and like
yeah, I don't know the Gen Z boss thing. Okay, here. Gen Z boss in a mini. The reaction to this clip, by the way, it was like insane when this happened.
Gen Z boss in a mini. Gen Z boss in a mini. Itty bitty cheese in a ball. Itty bitty cheese in a ball. 5'3" in an attitude. 5'3" in an attitude. Secret product in the trench. Secret product in the trench. New friend green and the sneaky link. New friend green and the sneaky link. Fake 10 hands in a hoop. Fake 10 hands in a hoop. Gen Z.
I will say one thing though, is that this is very coworker core. They like exist in a different world. Like I don't understand it. I'm pretty caught up with like slang, but what the fuck is a sneaky link? And I'm pretty sure Frank Green is a type of water bottle, right? But people were like irrationally mad that these women did this. Corporate mandatory happiness. Yeah, there's this underlying like corpo-ness to it, you know? Sneaky link is a hookup thing. I've never heard that called that, ever. Is that like a slang word that's not used here? Because I've never heard it. Sneaky link is like someone you hook up with on the down low. Okay. Okay. Is that like millennial slang? Because in my opinion, I'd just say that I'd be cracking a fine shit. You know what I mean? So booty call, or that's like elder millennial type shit. Like I've never heard that. Yo, I never heard cracking until like last month. Cracking is pretty old, dude. Cracking is pretty old. Or not even, I guess old by the standards of slang, you know? But then, what's another one? Saibow. You ever see Saibow? You know what Saibow means? Shut your bitch ass up. Or like when you see a tweet on twitter.com, aka X Everything app, and they're describing, they say things like, YT people always love coleslaw at the function. And you're like, why? YouTubers love coleslaw at the function? No, YT is like white. White people love coleslaw at the function.
Like dive so deep into people.
It's what I do. That's why I'm good at my job. That's why I can make connections. That's why I can make friends with almost anyone.
Dude, it's like a blessing and curse.
Well, yeah. But I mean, look.
Unk maxing, age mogged.
I know how to pay the dirt price.
Yeah.
I know how to eat shit and keep going. I'm tough.
Well,
if I wasn't tough, I would have died long ago.
This guy is so corny. Oh my god.
So.
Yeah. Well,
this is how it's resolved.
I think there might be a few more people that would want to stick around even if you didn't do DnD. But thanks for the conversation.
Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, aside from the fact that like I still think you're a really cool guy, and I think that like you beat yourself up too much.
Well, I mean, I don't really view this as beating myself up. I mean, it's.
You're definitely beating yourself up about other things.
Just got cracked. Have a sale. That's crazy. That's honestly, on God, that's great. I love that.
Well, yes, because I know myself.
Yeah.
Let me. I mean, people think that, oh, you're way too hard on yourself. I'm hard on myself in the way that I'm hard on myself because once, many years ago, I allowed myself to become arrogant, and I became the most evil version
I
of
gotta be honest. I think you might have been arrogant in this moment.
myself that I have ever witnessed. It disgusted me. Because imagine, you know me enough now that you know what my abilities are. Imagine if they had no temperance.
Right.
And I was selfish. Imagine the destruction that I could wreak. And get away with it. The problem is that in the military, I was not a good person.
Right.
I was.
You gotta do that for mana, but it's your goblin guy saying it. No, my brother would never let me. He's very. The brand identity is very specific.
And it was only because of my self-realization that thankfully my love for D&D outpaced my selfishness, and I was able to retemper myself.
Dude, he was able to temper himself by learning that he was the best there ever was at D&D. Guys, you gotta understand, he's really humble in this moment. This is the rants of a humble man.
Put in place specifically to control who I am. So when I'm talking about what it's like to not be able to say the things that I really want to say, that part of that, which everybody shows restraint. Everybody who wants to.
Yeah, if people didn't, people would be canceled left and right.
Yeah. But the thing is that I know that my influence is palpable and is naturally more destructive than most other people. Now, granted, recently I've been exposed to other people who also have that power at differing degrees and specializations. But from what I've noticed, with the exception of probably two, mine is stronger than theirs. And
What are you fucking talking about? You're talking about YouTube Cloud Capital as if you're talking about streamer Cloud Capital as if you are like a Saiyan, okay? Like you have a power level. You're a content creator.
But in check. Because if I don't, I could really hurt someone. And that person has an audience.
Right.
This is a little bit Mama Max sounding.
Now there's the risk of insane backlash.
No, it's not even that. I don't care what happens to me. I care about what I just did to that person. And because
Dude, he thinks he has the what is it that Gojo has? He thinks he has the 6 eyes.
their pain is then magnified because of their audience. So anyway, I normally don't talk about this kind of stuff because it makes people treat me differently. That's
You're being a weirdo, dude. You're being a weirdo. You're just a content creator. Fucking calm down. I feel like the pandemic produced way too many content creators, and I think in some respects it's good if the industry kind of contracts a bit, because I think there's a lot of people that don't have the mental faculties to be doing this, and I think it puts them in like a mentally dangerous headspace. I really do think that. I think a lot of people struggle with that. I think being inundated with nothing but compliments from your audience, the possibility of becoming the main character on the internet for a week and how that impacts your mental health, like there's so many things I think like you could just fall apart from it.
They either don't believe me at all, and they think I'm a liar, I'm delusional, or even worse, they believe me and then they watch everything that they say around me. That's why I don't tell people it. That's also why I don't play Among Us. You ever want to know what it's like to play Among Us with me? Ask Momo.
I mean,
that's why I don't play. That's
the first tier group where we all played together, you joined us. It was pretty funny.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Among Us is serious business, guys.
I am sorry that I hurt your feelings.
Thank you for saying that.
Of the percentage that I believe it is my fault, I certainly believe that I hold enough of a percentage of it being my fault that it deems an apology.
I'm sorry for blowing it up a little more than I should and not being not thinking about my words more before saying them, because I wasn't.
This guy is such a manipulator. Holy shit.
To turn it into a lecture, but the way I perceived some of your responses was well, it wasn't clear to me, so I wasn't sure if you were like really apologizing or dodging the question, but it's all good now, or not dodging the question. Sorry, it's fucking late.
Well,
but
it's text.
Yeah.
Text loses all humanity.
Yeah, for sure.
And therefore, you're going to view everything as the most
possible.
negative that can be, because
a BPD mail.
if you divide humanity, then you have only the devil. So
it felt like one of those that was like, well, I'm sorry that you took it that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, I specifically didn't place the "your" in there.
Right.
I placed the "your" in the place that I did with the hopes that you wouldn't read it that way.
Yeah.
Because I could have said, "I'm sorry."
This guy, I don't like this guy. He's not a nice guy. He's not a nice guy. He's not being very nice to this girl. and he's like winning the manipulation war. And I don't like that because it's very obvious to see. Very obvious to see.
Way, and it would have meant the same thing, but
Yeah,
of course you
for
would have
sure.
taken that into the whole PC outlook, chomping at the
She
bit.
she definitely remember she definitely did get the final laugh in the end, by the way, though, because she put out a Google Docky, a twit longer, which is now depreciated again, as I say. That was very, 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 very scathing on him. Okay, you're just mad you can't play Among Us like him. Yeah, I know. What a fucking shame.
Fucking foaming at the mouth, fucking he my feelings are valid, kind of shit. So then we avoid that by using proper placement of words. And I'm not saying that you act that way. I've just had to recently deal with that to an extreme degree, and it's fresh in my head.
jeez. Dude, it's fucking weird when
If
people
you're
have
interested,
rabies.
I had an entire document written about my shortcomings and sent to me today.
Wait, that was I thought that was like a couple days or like yesterday.
No, that happened today.
This poor guy got a Google Doc sent on him. First time? I think she was already in the Discord they made because so many women accused him that they didn't fit in a group chat. Dude, putting together a fucking Discord server to epically destroy a guy is crazy.
Dude,
The
things are
fact that there was that many that a group chat was not feasible is also just fucking crazy. So she's playing 5D chess here,
So
then.
yeah, no, I was there for bits of that stream. What a shit show.
There it is. If you ever want to.
For some reason, this call has switched the picture again, and now it's a thirst trap of Naomi on screen. So while you guys are looking at Minecraft, it's just this. It's just this picture. And it's not like I chose this picture. This is just a picture that the person who edited the video put here in this moment. What did they mean by that? Oh, shit. She's bad, though. I'm not gonna lie. She's bad.
That's what I had to deal with today.
Oh
Hence,
dear.
why my sympathy was short.
This guy's such a fucking dweeb. This guy's such a nice guy, dweeb, brother.
Happy Easter, you
dude.
all.
I hope you all collected tons of eggs out in the woods today. The gnomes will
These
be
peop-
there to collect it in a few days.
These people said the day that I streamed Lost Odyssey because I was depressed and I needed the break that everybody kept saying that I should take was a dereliction of my duty.
She's pretty, but why put that in a vid that she's not happy in? I don't know, man. Fucking. She's. It's kind of making her aura farm by proxy now, dude.
Yeah,
Coming from people that did not serve in the military.
By the way, I also gotta say, again, we're suffering from the consequences of a YouTuber who lives in house with nothing on their walls. Now, I've only seen her home from this angle. She must have a mirror here, but I'm begging a motherfucker to put like a fucking painting above their couch. Okay, great place to put a painting behind your couch, a little further up. Okay, you're killing me, guys. You're killing me. Interior decorator Diesel, okay?
And therefore, do not have a fucking idea of what duty
God
is.
damn! Nice thing to come into.
Now, I know they probably didn't mean it that way, but when you use a word like when you use a phrase like dereliction of duty, which is a military term.
I don't think the goal of the picture is to show the walls, Diesel. I know the goal of the picture isn't to show the walls, but I've been examining this picture, guys, for the last fucking 8 minutes, okay? I've stared at her. I've seen every bit. I've analyzed every curve, every angle. I've analyzed the red jacket. I've seen it all. I get it. I see the picture. I can move on to look at the other things, okay? I've recognized the thermostat on her wall. And there was another picture of her in this video, but her in gym clothes, okay? And her thermostat was open. It's like one of those thermostats that has like the little panel inside, okay? And that's how long I've been staring at these things, is that I can see everything, okay? I'm not gonna just, like, I'm not like eyeballing her chest for the next like fucking 12 minutes, okay?
Yeah.
Then I'm going to rip your fucking head off.
Right.
So, and it just gets kind of worse from there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the point is that that's where my sympathy went today, was not destroying the people that sent that to me.
Well, do you know who sent it? Because it was anonymous,
Oh,
right?
it's anonymous,
Damn,
but I
you
can
live
find
like
them.
this?
Damn,
Diesel.
B. I have let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7. Sorry. 6, 7. Yeah, I have 6, 7. Fuck. I have 7. I have 7 paintings on my walls. Paintings or posters. Okay? And all of my paintings or posters are framed. I don't have a single unframed picture. Okay? My only unframed pictures are my displays, not a sponsor. Okay? Because I was curious about display, and I was like, let me buy a display. There's a sale right now. Okay? And I did. And it's pretty good, not gonna lie.
Right.
It's not difficult. If I wanted to know who they were, I would
Have a wall scroll. I cannot have a wall scroll. I'm past that time in my life. I can't be doing that anymore.
I would have falsified my intention to speak with them in good faith. I would have found out who they were and then removed them from the community.
Right.
That would have been the best solution. I didn't do it because it's dishonest.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, I stood on stream and I said, if you have a problem with what I'm doing to the point that you don't believe I care about this, then you need to.
Oh, and I guess I have a master sword. I have a master sword that I hung up on the wall. You can't see that either. And shield, master sword, and Hylian shield on the wall as well.
How much do people like pay to participate in Living World? Like I know they
don't.
submit applications. It's like subscription, right?
Yeah, if you're subbed, you get to be a part of the Living World,
Right.
but it's a reward for the subs.
Yeah.
It was never designed to be
Like
a
a paid
system
service,
that you paid for. Yeah, that's not what it is. And there's this whole thing where they try to like break down what the money cost of the item they paid for was. Oh man, it gets pretty bad. But yeah, essentially it's absolute nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it gets
Bro
pretty-
has Zelda merch on his wall, but can't own a wall scroll. Because a wall scroll is like too cheap looking, right? These are like really like pricey replicas I have on the wall, right? I bought them a very long time ago. I was probably like 19 when I bought them. But the quality of them is insane because it's like real steel.
So I had to stomach all that. I also had to
But a master sword? Do you want me to take it off the wall? Nah, I don't really want to get up right now.
listen to a doctor in psychology,
Mhm.
a person with a doctorate
Mhm.
in human psychiatry, who is my community admin.
This guy is such a clown. Oh my god. I think we've hit all the notes in this call. I gotta be honest. I don't think there's much there to be searching for. Yeah, fucking Arcadum. Clown. Boom. Make sure to sign up for the event in the Discord. It's our first of many events coming to the Discord. Okay? Just so everybody knows. All right? I want people to show up for it. This is KJ's first time DMing to an audience. So please come support him if you can. That would be very nice if you could. All right? But yeah. That's all she wrote for this, I think. That's all she wrote for this. I am going to go chill for the evening. I also need to eat dinner. So I will see you all later. Tomorrow, actually. So I'll see you all tomorrow.